As a millennial, fuck, I do talk a lot about being a millennial on this channel, don't I? It's not the content I want to provide to you guys, sorry. But anyway, lately I've been catching myself thinking a lot about all those Generation Z kids who do such great, inspiring, and thoughtful things sometimes at their very young age. It's pretty phenomenal. And you start to question your time more. Where's what you're doing is okay, and where's you are heading towards the right direction. With Declan Mckenna though, there is never particular such a thing, because I never thought about Declan Mckenna as a young kid. Actually, ever since hearing his first time big single hit, Brazil, I got that slight dissociation between the content and its provider. Declan Mckenna is definitely one of those grown and aware beyond his age type of teenagers. And I'm so grateful that he's making music, yes! Conflicting with everything that I just said, Declan Mckenna is also definitely one of the most representative and loudest voices of his generation. And his debut album, What Do You Think About the Car, actually proves both points. I want to talk about the sound, the production, and the consistency of it, as I feel this could be the only one real flaw of this release. Most of the songs on the album are pre-released, and that's okay. You see, it all comes back to a format of a first full-length studio album, as most of the times it consists of pre-released old tracks. We've all been there. I struggle with deciding what is better: to include your old stuff in your debut album to kind of frame that period of art, that period of your life, in a form of a full-length release, or leave it behind, let it be just a single, providing completely new, fresh material. Well, I guess it hugely depends on the artist and each individual situation. With Declan Mckenna's record, it does have a good point. It's an amazingly well put together adolescence framing release. It goes all the way back, including those like audio clips from Declan's childhood. But of course it mostly focuses on the topic of living in a teenager's body in the year 2017 in UK, oh well, in the world. In the age of today's globalization, a lot of teenagers might have more things in common internationally. So yeah, the sound of this record is a bit inconsistent, a bit disjointed, and I think even if you haven't really followed Declan's career before, you could tell where's the fresher stuff and where's the old stuff. I kind of want to say that this is good, that it represents different influences, different musical interests and stages of growing up, but a part of me also want to hear a re-recorded, maybe reinvented version of some of the older tracks. I don't know, what's your opinion? Let me know in the comments down below. What do you think is better? From a purely listen and experience standpoint, I can feel James Ford's heavy presence on this. Ford has produced a lot of my all-time favorite albums and a lot of critically acclaimed hit albums, so I'm all into it. I love James Ford, I think he's a great producer. Plus, Mckenna does bring a lot of his own musical charisma to the table. Together, this mix sounds like trying to reinterpret last decade's best by also adding a lot of freshly made, modern, bright color schemes. If it's a little bit hard for you to understand me, the opener track on the album, Humongous, is actually a great example of what I'm talking about. We have this very in-your-face, naughty, indie pop nostalgia with this beautiful sing-along perfection chorus, and just when you get used to that sound and ready for it to be over, for the song to be over, around the 4-minute mark, it suddenly changes to that fun, psychedelic mixture of everything, still kind of playing on your memories and on that old school sound, but with a different twist. I don't really remember stuff like that from Ford, really, though wait for my Everything's new record review. Unlike the first part of the track, of course, this is classic James Ford. This is very Alex Turner friendly, but I can't imagine something like that coming from Declan and his innovative, creative young mind. It's a beautiful track, fits more as a closer though. It sounds like a great closer track, but considering this is the newest one recorded, the last one recorded, and that it actually sounds really, really good, I can forgive that placing. Brazil song got Declan where he is, of course, no doubt. I just want to say that I still love that track today and still find it extremely relevant, both sonically and lyrically, and also that it's really unfair to remember Declan only because of that track, but at least it's a good one. The kids don't want to go home track always makes me think about how Declan's quite heavy and sad lyricism opposes the light and carefree sound he chooses for his songs. Just Google some of those tracks' inspirations. It's pretty dark, from terrorism to teen suicide and much more. And I personally find it extremely difficult to tell stories and to express opinions like that through such lightweight sonic palettes. Yet surprisingly, this album, all of those singles, they prove that wrong. And I'm still amazed how it all works out and makes you both dance happily and cry heavily. Behind some other tracks, huge music influences glance through. Like, I get some glittery, magnificent visuals of David Bowie while listening to Mind track. Love that track. Make Me Your Queen, strange modern love ballad of sort. Probably the most personal track on the album. The chorus of it brings to my mind the sound which bands like Tame Impala made popular again. It shimmers with this amazing sense and brings a lot of space to the album. ISOMBARD is probably one of my ultimate favorite tracks from Declan so far. I like the eerier, spooky-ish atmosphere of it. I'm absolutely obsessed with the full instrumental. Even with Declan's vocal delivery, I like the political context of this song and how riotous overall this track really feels. It's great. The album though isn't perfect from start to finish. Tracks like I'm Everyone Else, actually this is probably like one pure, real filler track on the album. It's an okay track, but I can't really pinpoint anything that outstanding about it, besides maybe some of the lyrics, but I don't know. I can't really even get my head around Bethlehem and its lyrical theme. It's quite impressive, but sonically, this is pretty lacking. This is my least favorite pre-release single. Why Do You Feel So Down is perhaps the most pop-friendly, modern pop-friendly tune on there. And I think it still perfectly fits Declan's music scene presence. I imagine live this song might sound more fun actually, because the guitars and the keys on there are brilliant. And by deleting this radio layer, it would probably add to the song more character than it already has. Talking about adding more not re-recorded songs to the album, I'm really glad that Paracetamol is on there, because when it came out after Brazil, it sounded so different from what I've expected from Declan Mckenna, and the lyrics were just so heartbreaking. Even the vocal delivery, it's very raw, very emotional. I really love this song and I think it's one of the Declan's best. There's also a song Brew he has, it's not on the album, but I also love it and really recommend you to check it out. The closer track, Listen to Your Friends, is this more stripped down, weirdly structured piece, very pleasant, very youthful, and very night dreamy-ish, I'd say. Plus the closing speech about the current situation in the UK and in the world, it's quite powerful and iconic. This song works really good as this album's last track, explaining to everyone, including himself, what bothers and should bother teenage kids and any person actually. And this is also sort of a short farewell before Declan Mckenna's next big step as a music artist. Back in the day, I remember seeing him in Falls related social media feed. They actually have the same manager, and Declan opened with his band before their gig in Paris, I think last tour. Seeing that picture with Falls, I thought to myself something like, oh my god, who is this kid? What could he possibly sing about? What's going on? Why is he an opening act for Falls? Little did I know that I'd be such a huge fan of him now, of what he's doing, and that I'd be so excited about him growing up, changing, and continuing to bring all those important issues and great pop music together. What do you think about The Car, Declan Mckenna's debut record? Let us know in the comments down below. Also, don't forget to like this video, to share this video, to subscribe to our channel, and to see other videos we have. Do it! I challenge you. The summer is almost over. I still can't really believe that, but I'm so excited for the next week, and also fall season, October. So much great stuff comes out in October, guys. You can't even imagine. We hope you're doing great. We hope you're doing fine. Keep it cool, be strong, and stay safe. Peace out.